In the last video, we've discussed about if-else statement in Java. In this video, we're going to discuss three topics, which are if-else-if statement in Java, nested if-else, and logical operators. So, let's get started. This is the syntax of the if-else-if condition. We could see here, first of all we write the if statement and then the condition here. If this condition is true, then the statement 1 will be executed. If this condition is not true, then it will jump to the else if condition here. Else if condition, and then this statement would be executed. We can write as many else ifs as we want, and it will be counting all the. If this statement is not true, it will jump to the other else if, it will jump to the other else if, and if all the else ifs are not true, it will finally jump into the else statement, which is the final statement. Now let us look at the flow chart here. See, test expression 1, if this is true, then the statement 1 would be executed. If this is false, it goes to the expression 2, and then if this is false, it will go to the 3. If this is false, it will go to how many ever expressions which are given, it will go to all of them, and it will check, and if nothing is true, then it is going to go to the final else statement, which is the here it is written the body of else, which is the final statement, and then that would be printed. So let us check out on Eclipse how this if-else-if statement would look like. I've opened my Eclipse IDE, and now let us see how the if-else-if program works. I'm writing in the previous class, which is if-else. I'm not creating another class. Now we'll write a program which tells us our grade when we enter the marks. So in order to take the input, we use scanner se equal to new scanner system. Here the scanner, the S is capital, and in the system the S is also capital. Java is a case sensitive language, so it is very important to look after the cases. Now let us create a variable called marks, and we'll take the input from the user. Okay, so yes, now we'll get to the program. If the marks are greater than 90, then sys out the grade is A. Now else if so we wrote the else if, and we are mentioning another condition. Now the other condition is else if marks are greater than 80, then the grade secured by the student is B. Else if the marks are greater than 70, then the grade secured by the student is C. We can write as many else ifs we want. Marks are greater than 60, grade D. Okay, we've written 4 else ifs, and if marks are greater than 60, it is grade D. Else, here else is if all these cases are false, then it will jump to this else statement. If all these cases are false, then the student has failed the exam. So this is the program. Here at the starting, let us enter your marks. Okay. Now let's print this. It is asking enter your marks. I'll enter some 78. So it is showing the grade C. So this is how IfelseIf works. So at the starting we've mentioned an if case, if condition, and then we've mentioned another condition, and we've mentioned the statement here, and then we've mentioned another condition. And if all the conditions are wrong, then it jumps to the else condition. So if the student hasn't secured anything, then it will show this one. We'll check that also. For example, the student has got some 30 marks. Then it's showing fail. Now when I entered this 30, it will check. Is it greater than 19? No. It is greater than 18? No. 17? No. 16? No. So it will jump to the else statement and print this thing. Print the statement inside the else. The syntax of nested if else. See, starting you have an if condition here. This is the first test condition and the second test condition. If both the conditions are true, then statement 1 is going to be executed, or else if the test condition here, if the test condition 2 is not true, then another statement 2 will be executed. This else statement, the else statement which you can see here, this is related to the test condition 2 here. So if this test condition is not executed, then this statement 2 would be executed, and then the third else statement which you write would be related to the first condition. For example, if we are comparing three numbers here, we would write it as, first we'll write a greater than b and then a greater than c. Then if both the conditions are true, one statement would be executed, or else the other statement would be executed, or else then and then you will compare, you will write another statement and then another thing would be executed. So this is how it works. We will see the flow chart right now. See, condition 1, if the condition 1 is true, then it goes to the it checks the condition 2. If both the conditions are true, then the statement 1 is executed here. If the condition 2 statement if the condition 2 is false, then another statement is executed. And if the condition 1 is false, then the statement 3 would be executed. Then all these statements put together, one more statement will be executed. It just depends on the program you're writing. So let's check this on Eclipse. Now let's see how nested if else case is used in Java. We'll write a program where we will give three numbers and it is going to check which number is the biggest. So a equals 98, int b equals 76, int c equals 987, and then we will take another variable called int big. Okay, so we've taken 4 variables here. Now let's write the code. If a is greater than b, or if a is greater than c. In this both cases, if the case is true, then this is how a is greatest, else b is greatest. So if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, if this case is true, then it is going to print a is greatest, and if this case is not true, then it is going to print c as greatest. And now we'll check for b and c. So that, let us see if we've closed everything. if B is greater than C, this out. B is greatest, else C is greatest. So first we have written A is greater than B and A is greater than C. If these both conditions true, then it is going to print A is greatest. If this both conditions not true, then it is going to print C is greatest. Or else it is going to check if whether B is greater than C or not. If B is greater than C, then B is greatest, or else C is greatest. So this is how it is. Oops, I haven't used the word big here. See, it is printing out C is greatest. Well, before what I thought was, I thought to create another variable called big and equate all the values to big, and at final I thought to print the value big, but I'll again explain the code. See, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, in these both cases we print that A is greatest, and if these both cases are false, if these both conditions are false, then it is going to print C is greatest. Now we have checked for A and C. Now we have to even check for B and C. So we are writing the condition B is greater than C, and if B is greater than C, then B is greatest, or else the C is greatest. So this is how the nested if else works. There are three logical operators. One is the AND operator, the other is OR, and the other is NOT. AND operator is when we give two conditions, when both the conditions are true, it is going to show it as true. If any of the condition is false, then the total thing is false. In OR operator, when either of the condition is true, like if one condition is true and one condition is false, the whole thing is true. So that is OR operator. And NOT operator is when we give a condition, NOT operator, if the condition is true, it is going to show it as false, and if the condition is false, it is going to show it as true. Let us see each of them in Eclipse IDE. There are three types of logical operators. One is AND operator, the other is OR operator, and the other is NOT operator. So let us see each of them in detail. First, let's print out 5 is equal to 6 and 4 is equal to 5. Well, the first condition we wrote here is 5 equal to 6. Now this is a false condition, and 4 equal to 5. This is a false condition. So AND operator works in such a way that it will be true when both the cases are true. Now if you print this out, it is showing false here because this case is false and this case is false. So both the cases are false, so it is showing false. But if I write 5 equals 5 here, and if I print it out, it is showing false because one statement is true and one statement is false. So the total thing is false. It will be only true if both the cases are true. So if I write 5 equals 5 and 4 equals 4, then it is true. Now let's see OR case. How does the OR logic operator works? So OR is like if if either of the expression, if any one of the expression is true, it is true. For example, if I write 5, this is a false statement, 5 is not equal to 6, and this is a true statement, but we've put the OR logical operator here, so it is showing true, because at least one case is true here. But if both the cases are false, then it is false. Now here both the cases are false, so it is false here. Now let us look at the NOT operator. NOT operator is if the whole expression, for example, let us take only for this. Now this is the NOT operator. Now 5 equals 6. This is false, and I've kept a NOT here. It is showing true. So it does the opposite thing. If the statement here, if the statement is false, it will show true, but if the statement is true, it will show false. For example, if I put a true statement here, and if I put the NOT logical operator, then it is going to show false. So summarizing everything, AND operator will show true if both the cases are true. OR operator will show true if either one of the cases is true, and NOT operator will show the opposite thing. Like if the case is true, it is going to show false, and if it is false, it is going to show true. So that is all about logic. In this video, we've discussed about if-else-if statement, nested-if statement, and logical operators in Java. If you have any suggestions or queries regarding this video, please do ping on my Instagram handle or comment in the comment section below. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. We'll meet in the next one.